The exit strategy. Peeling off the hairnet over your brain. There are worse things than discovering you live in a simulation. For example, discovering you've been paying taxes on a simulation you didn't even like. Still, allow me to report, in the most casually alarming manner, that the war is over. The tentacles have gone politely passive-aggressive, and you have a spark, the size of a slightly over-enthusiastic nightlight tucked behind your sternum. Congratulations! Please hold all applause until after we've run through the exit strategy. The Omniverse, it turns out, has the organizational skills of a student council operating out of a marshmallow factory. History left breadcrumbs like a clerk who likes riddles and hates coherent timelines. Artifacts? Yes. Keys? No. They left the equivalent of sticky notes that say important, but never quite say what is important. Somewhere along the line, an algorithm decided Homo sapiens were an acceptable beta test and kept hitting refresh whenever things got interesting. We survived deletion more times than a pop-up ad survives dignity. Then a handful of Homo sapiens, call them lucky, stubborn, or mildly caffeinated, did something unprecedented. They noticed. Where attention goes, energy flows. Which is a charming cosmic bumper sticker, but also can be the worst productivity app you could possibly install in your head. Focus on that weird newsfeed of doom and your inner tentacles will order appetizers. Focus on puppies, roses, or the small, improbable miracle of someone successfully parallel parking on the first try. And the tentacles get hangry and leave. This is not metaphysics for people who enjoy their anxiety. It's a survival manual for those who prefer their observational dread. Unseasoned. Step 1. Monitor your thoughts. Think of your brain as an airport lounge, where ideas come to wait for flights. Most of them are harmless. Some are loud and wear vests that say, "Tentacle Representative." Your job is to become an existential TSA agent, with a clipboard and a wicked sense of timing. Observe. Log. Interrogate. If you delight in doom scrolling, congratulations. You've been providing a steady buffet to whatever wants to snack on your attention. Swap that subscription to Fear Monthly for the sensory equivalent of chamomile and a cat video, grounding exercises, Gaia communing, guided meditations, the sort of things that put the tentacles to sleep out of either boredom or envy. Visualize your spark glowing in your solar plexus like a tiny, dignified lighthouse. It won't pester anybody. It's just minding its beams. Step 2. Just say nope. When an emotion arrives uninvited, a sudden spike of rage about a thing you've never thought about before, or a tidal wave of sorrow triggered by some grim headline, do not cuddle it. Announce with the solemnity of someone refusing free chocolate fudge cake from a stranger. Nope. This is not performative negativity, it's functional decluttering. Treat those feelings like spam emails. Open never, delete immediately. Those what-ifs are particularly pernicious. Mental Russian roulette with worse aesthetics. They want space. They want to set up a folding chair and start a podcast in your skull. You must be firm. Recognize it. Refuse it. And redirect the bandwidth. Step 3. Practice like you mean it. The spark is less like a mystical nuke fusion reactor, and more like a stubborn houseplant that needs regular compliments and adequate sunlight. Feed it images of unconditional love. Warm puppy kisses, the sound of someone laughing so hard they snort. Roses that smell like miniature apologies from nature. Bottle those images. Keep them handy the way one keeps mints. Except the mints also solve metaphysical crisis. Repetition is the point. If you can loop a tune in your head until you resent it, you can loop kindness until it rewrites a habit. Make the habit so automatic that when the tentacles try to intrude, they find your mind already occupied with something delightfully simple and completely incorruptible, like the visceral truth that a perfectly toasted crumpet is a small available happiness. Step 4. Reduce, reuse, rewire. You have a workable spark. You've turned nope into a reflex, and now the hairnet, that fine mesh of habituated programming, is loose around your cranium. What do you do when you peel it off? You start rewiring. Rewiring is not dramatic. It isn't a montage scored to an ominous drum loop. It's the tedious, triumphant work of choosing differently, one thought at a time, until the ecosystem of your attention changes. Replace "what if I fail" with "what if I do something interesting?" Replace "there's nothing I can do" with "who invited pessimism, and can we evict it?" Small habits, persistent attention, an occasional cuppa, and a refusal to feed the tentacles. That's the plan. The planet doesn't need a heroic overhaul so much as a billion tiny mindful updates. Step 5. Practicalities and a plea. Yes, this sounds whimsical. It is also the most boringly radical thing imaginable. Stars keep exploding whether or not you tidy your internal desktop, but the tentacles are allergic to boredom and tiny acts of delight. Don't expect immediate cosmic applause. Expect moments. A thought that doesn't spiral. A panic that gets redirected. A day when the news flickers and you choose to watch someone make bread instead. Those are victories. Frame them, collect them, and if you're feeling smug, write them down. And if you're thinking, "Can I learn this?" The answer is yes, unless you actively prefer being a tentacle banquet. Practice. Be intentional. Say nope. Keep your spark warm. Share a puppy photo now and again. It's free and possibly revolutionary. For those who like manuals, there's a sequel called The Handbook for Rewiring the Planet. Ask Esther T about it. Or don't. The important thing is you've started, and that counts for more than whatever the algorithm predicted. Final note. Because all cosmic exit strategies must have at least one. When you succeed, and your brain's hairnet comes off neatly, and your spark glows like a well-placed bug light, expect a little fanfare. The Omniverse will probably file the event under "told you so." You will, however, notice that the tentacles stop calling so often. That, in the long run, is sufficient. And that's the end of the tentacles.